touch frame. You don't make as much, but they're not going to pay us. They're fed up. So
Right.
we didn't have to chase anyone for money.
Cash flow wasn't an issue, yeah.
Yeah, you know, so that's kind of where you were. Is it time? I'm sorry.
All right, no worries, just want to make sure we are. Okay, I have 6:30 by the electronic clock. I think that clock's a little slow, so we'll get that adjusted. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the first meeting of 2023, Tuesday, January 23rd, of the Pittsfield Town Council. I'd like to open the meeting and invite everybody to stand and join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. So we'll have a moment of silence, please. All right, thank you all very much. So we shall move on to the swearing in of our two new councilors, Council at Large Heather Donahue and Council of District 3 Howard Margolsky. Catherine, I shall pass it to you, please.
Yes, thank you. We'll start with Heather. Council at Large, please come forward. We'll have you raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Heather Donahue, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution and will obey the laws of the United States and of the state of Maine, that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the Town of Pittsfield, and will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Town Councilor at Large, term through December 31st, 2025.
Term through December 31st, 2025.
According to the Constitution
And laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. You are now a counselor. We'll have you sign copy. And get you a pen.
Another gulp of the Kool-Aid, huh?
2025 sounds like a long time from now.
It is a long time.
Right around the corner.
Yeah, I said that a year ago and I still have 2 years facing me.
That's okay. I'm okay. Yep.
My sentence.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thank you. So now we'll have Howard come up. And you raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I, Howard Margolsky,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
and will obey the laws
and will obey the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of the state of Maine,
and of the state of Maine,
that I will in all respects
that I will in all respects
observe the provisions of the Charter
observe the provisions of the Charter
and ordinances of the Town of
and
Pittsfield,
ordinances of the Town of Pittsfield,
and will faithfully discharge
and will faithfully discharge
the duties of the office
the duties of the office
Town Councilor District 3,
Town Council District 3,
term through 12/31/2025,
term through 12/31/2025,
according to the Constitution
according to the Constitution
and laws of the state.
and laws of the state.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
And if I
You're
remain alive.
Whichever comes first. I didn't know that provision was in there.
That's an addendum.
It does seem like a long time from now, but it'll go by quickly. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Good. Somebody's in this meeting.
All right, Catherine, I shall yield, and if you want to take order 2301, please.
I think Craig's trying to join in.
Oh, yeah, I think somebody.
Oh, he is. I looked at him up there, I didn't hear it. Well.
I'm bidding for Craig.
I'm guessing I think his wife set it up for him. Although these days I shouldn't make that kind of comment. Right? I don't judge.
All right, very
Whether
good.
we're not public.
Everybody is on. Order 23-01, order that the town council elect from among its members a mayor to serve for the 2023 year.
Nominate Mike to be mayor again.
Second.
Pass for any of that. You gonna ask for any of the nominations, Catherine?
I can, thank you. Any other nominations? Any other thoughts? Looks like they're not. So we can call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any not in favor? I don't see any. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you, council. I appreciate your trust and hope. All right. So, Catherine, let's go ahead and move on to order 2302, if you would, please.
Order 2302. Order that the town council elect from among its members a deputy mayor to serve for the 2023 year.
Nominate Howard Margolski.
Nomination, any seconds?
Second.
Nominated and second. Any other nominations?
That's assuming that Howard wants the position or has interest in it.
Sure.
As long as you live.
I'll be a heartbeat away.
Okay. Let's maintain a little bit of professional decorum here, okay? Hearing no more nominations, all in favor of Howard Margolski as deputy mayor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Very well, Howard, you are the deputy mayor. Congratulations and welcome aboard. Thank you very much for
You're going to be
that.
here every meeting, right?
Every single one. Well, except maybe one. Pete says, no, don't believe him. Don't listen to him.
Experience, right? Yeah.
It took COVID to keep me down, just for the record, okay? All right, let's move on to number 2, the adoption of the minutes of a regular meeting held on December 20th, 2022. I'll look for a motion for council, please.
Move that we adopt meeting minutes of December 20th, 2022.
We have a motion, do I hear a second? Moved and seconded. Any questions or comments, council? Craig, just to let you know, chime in anytime if you want to speak up at all, okay?
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Very well. Hearing none, I sense ready to vote. All those in favor of the adoption of minutes of the regular meeting held on December 20th, 2022, please signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Ayes have it. We have adopted the minutes of the regular meeting held on December 20th, 2022. So let's move to number 3. Catherine, please. Presentations, congratulations, and introductions.
Yes, thank you. One update on the Planning Partnership Initiative Program, basically the Main Street project in which we have a grant. The Maine DOT has called for a meeting on Friday, January 6, 2023, so the parties can meet on the Planning Partnership Initiative Program regarding the proposal chosen by the town and Maine DOT. State officials, our Public Works Director, Committee Member Peter G. Vigu, and myself as Town Manager ranked and then chose the number 1 firm. We'll be going over their proposal, matching it up to the RFQ, asking questions which some of the state officials have, and discussing their proposal, how it matches up and how it would work, along with the timetable, which would be very important.
And then there'll be a recommendation for the town council. We're planning for the next town council meeting for that recommendation. Thank you.
Catherine, what time is the meeting?
That would be a meeting of the state officials, public works director, and myself. I'm not sure if anyone else can attend it. I can ask. But, it would be 9 o'clock on Friday morning. It will be done through a Maine DOT Teams meeting, Microsoft Teams.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought that you had, when you mentioned it, I thought you had said that the committee was going to be.
Yeah, the committee, we invited the committee members to the meeting to go over all of the proposals. I can check and see if anyone else can attend.
That's fine. I thought it was next.
All right, Catherine, should we move on to the Freedom of Access training?
Yes, this will be a brief training. Many town officials are required to take training for the Maine's Freedom of Access law. So you all have received the materials from the State of Maine website. And we're going to go through that briefly. There is a form to sign afterwards, which is the certification that is required. Our new counselors would be required to take it again, but it's a good refresher for everyone. And we found by doing it at the council meeting, it helps the public, staff members, and councils just to remember items and how there is freedom of access to information. And so I'm going to briefly go through the training materials so that we meet the basic requirements. And at a minimum, the training for elected officials on the Maine Freedom of Access law has to have the general legal requirements regarding public records and public proceedings, the procedures and requirements regarding complying with a request for public record, and penalties if there's failure to comply with the law. And that has to be willful, not because you don't have the information. So this is page 16 through 32 in your council package, which our counselors have in front of them and is available on the web. Elected officials are required to complete the training, which includes many state officials, legislators, and now it's been widened, so it involves a number of committee members, such as planning board members that didn't have to take it before. So we're here because of municipal office being the town councilors would have to have this training. There is a certificate that I mentioned that's on page 17. It talks about a record for the training. It's very easy to fill out. Page 18, basically the Freedom of Access Law, FOAA, which you'll see the initials, and sometimes people will write the initials differently, but they mean Freedom of Access Act, is a state statute that's intended to open the government of Maine by guaranteeing access to public records and public proceedings of state and local government bodies and agencies. And of course, we've heard from our website that we have many, many records on there, probably more than we should. So we do have a lot of information available. The federal government is not covered by the Freedom of Access law. State government is, as well as town government. If people are aggrieved, they can appeal to the Superior Court, which is very, very rare. There's been a few cases in southern Maine where people have requested massive amounts of information and haven't received it. There's been court cases, but that's very irregular. Basically, the penalties for failure to comply are offenses, $500 for the first violation, a fine of not more than $1,000 for a civil violation, and then there are some other penalties, but these have to be willful and you're doing it on purpose and everything. It also is a Class D crime to intentionally remove, alter, or destroy documents belonging to a state office. It's also a crime to do it for towns. There is a public access ombudsman, I may have mispronounced that, but a position at the state which assists people who can't get the information they want from the state or from the town. And in the paperwork, you would call the Office of Attorney General at 626-8577 to get more information. And then they talk about who has to take the Freedom of Access, which we've already gone through. They did expand that to planning board members, code enforcement officers, and other school districts, superintendents, and school board members, which is new. A public access officer is required in each town, and that is a person designated to serve as a contact person for an agency, county, municipality, school administrative unit, or regional entity, or any type of political subdivision for public records, and this is on page 20. And myself, as town manager, has been designated the public access officer here. The whole time I've been here and before in another community since the law went into effect. And again, they talk about what training is required, and this is one of the trainings that you can take. There's also a course that you may have that's a little bit more detailed that I've taken a few times. And so skipping over to page 21, we've got public records. And this is an important item. The FOAA, Freedom of Access, defines public record as any written, printed, or graphic material or any mechanical or electronic data in computation from which information can be obtained directly or after translation into a form susceptible of visual or oral comprehension that is in possession of or the custody of an agency or public official of the state. So basically, almost every piece of information that we have is a public record. There are a few exclusions, which are items such as personnel records, legal issues, union discussions, and a few other areas that are not public records. And how people would request the information is that they can make a request verbally. They don't have to fill out a written form. Some towns have written forms. It's not required. It makes it simpler if people know exactly what people need. But basically, if somebody comes in and wants a tax card, and they want a copy of the budget, they want a copy of their assessment, or want to know what their neighbor's assessment is on their taxes, copy of the ordinance, who owns what property, the width of a road, any information that the town has, and items like that don't require a freedom of access request or anything in writing. Basically, you would ask for the item. And if the town has it, then they provide it. So that's the most common items that we have. But there are some places where it's hard to get information, which is why the law was set up. The towns usually just provide the information if they have it. Now, if they don't have it, they can put together information for that entity on, what the cost will be to compile it. But generally, you usually have the information. Items where you'll run into issues are like the width of road. What road was discontinued in what year? And we've seen that because we had a minor lawsuit that was dismissed because it wasn't relevant on the disposition of a road back in the 1960s. So these are the items that generally it's hard to find all the information on. And so the records that the town have are usually all that's available. So on page 22, it indicates that the agency ought to acknowledge receipt of the request, and if you get an official request under the Freedom of Access law, the town has to provide an answer within 5 working days. So basically that's an acknowledgement, and you might have the information you just provided, but if you need to research it or find it or you don't have it, then you need to give a period of time that you're going to research it, or if it's not available, to let the individual know. Sometimes these items or the materials, it's usually on roads, will be available at the state, and we can find the information there and connect the person up. Often on page 22, it indicates can an agency ask for clarification regarding the request. Absolutely. We had a lady come in that asked the staff, how can you get general assistance? So you have to find out, are they talking about general assistance, such as assistance with basic necessities, or just general assistance on a request? And so once we get down to the bond vote, by just asking a few questions rather than giving the person a general assistance application or having to fill out a form, we found out they wanted to see if their church could donate money to the general assistance program, to the fuel assistance program that we have. And so you have to get to the bottom of what the person really needs, and that can cut down a lot of time that would be spent. Going over to page 23, it explains in the middle of the page that agency has to answer within 5 working days, but does not have to produce the records within 5 days. Sometimes people will ask for information on for their genealogy, and so that may take a while to find the records. But often these are discontinued roads that are discussed, and we pull out the books, and the people can go through them and look for items, or we can look for it, especially if we've got other information or files that we can help people with. And so at the bottom of 23, FOAA provides that certain categories of documents are not public records. And so those are ones that are, as I said, designated confidential by statute, documents subject to a legal privilege, such as attorney-client privilege, work product privilege from that. Security plans, definitely. If somebody wanted a copy of the security plan for the water treatment plant, that would not be provided. That would be viewed as confidential and an item under the Terrorism Act that would be confidential. Personal contact, medical records, juvenile records, and personal contact information of public employees contained within records that are beyond just telephone numbers to reach the general assistance administrator at night, for example. If they wanted more information, that would not be available. So skipping over to page 24. Often there'll be requests, and again, we haven't received them up here, but in Southern Maine, in which people want to look at the audio files. This used to be a big item. They would want to have copies made of the tapes for meetings, and now with the town hall streams and other mechanisms in which you have live streaming, that's all gone away because you have all this information available to you. And then skipping over to page 25, may a government body ask me why I want a certain record? We can ask some questions, but the individual is not required to provide a reason for seeking a record. For example, if somebody wanted to know what is the width of the Taylor Road, I'll pick that one out because that's been an issue before. They don't have to tell us why they want that information. Basically, you can probably figure it out. They're usually going to be a property owner or somebody that wants to get to a site along that road. Now, emails, it's very important to note that emails are public records, and so those are in the possession or custody of an agency or public official. So we always mention that we shouldn't put anything in an email that we don't want to see all around town or in the newspaper. So that's something everybody says. So basically, if people did want to look at emails, we've had to provide those before. The items that we really have requests on are agencies outside the state of Maine that are looking for information on all the financial information of the town of Pittsfield. So we have to find out exactly what information they're looking for, because that would be literally thousands of pages. There are reports that we can run out from the financial records. Usually it's just a copy of the budget, but there is an entity in Florida that will ask for 2 years of all your financial information, and there is a report that we can issue directly to them. And there's no initial fee for submitting a FOAA request, but basically if it gets to be a lot of copying, we can give our cost of copying, and there is certain fees that could be charged. The state has set a fee of $50 per hour after the first hour of staff time. So basically, with the exception of the roads, usually there would never be a fee thought of, and we haven't charged any here. So we'll go on to page 27. These are the public proceedings in the middle of the page, and that's very important. The term public proceeding means the transactions of any functions affecting any and all citizens of the state by the Maine legislature, its committees and subcommittees, any board or commission, and then going down through. It also includes municipalities, school districts, different committees that we have, council committees that have 3 or more members. If there are 2 members, that's not considered a public proceeding, and we do have one of those committees. But most committees such as the planning board and other ones, all are public proceedings, so we need to make sure they're open to the public, and right now we're very open to the public. We have the town hall streams for all the meetings that are not confidential, which is very few. and we have Zoom. So there's a lot of mechanisms for people to be involved, and then later on they can read the minutes and watch the live streaming later on. Going on to page 28. There are closed door discussions, as you know, for executive sessions with a very limited amount of items that are listed in the state statutes, and the councilors are familiar with that. It notes, can a public body or agency hold an emergency meeting? Absolutely. We try to avoid those, but if we do have them, we need to notify the media, and we need to make sure that we have it posted on the town website. The town charter requires 24 hours, but we try to do more than that, and make sure that when we contact people for that meeting, that we make sure it fits into their schedule or as many people as possible. We don't just say the meeting's going to be on X day. We'll call around and get dates that we work, or put them on an outline such as the budget calendar. All right, going on to page 29, item that will be asked, can I record a public proceeding? And yes, people used to bring their tape recorders to some of the meetings down in southern Maine. I hadn't had that happen at a meeting that I was at, but that was an item that was done before you had the town hall streams and all of the different Zooms and everything, so you can just watch the meetings. So some of this is, the law is older, and so it's not really relevant. But people can make a recording of a public proceeding. They can make a recording of the town hall streams. Going on to page 30, ask, can a public body or agency meet remotely? And absolutely, because we have a section in the administrative code that allows remote meetings. Counselors who are ill or have to work or out of the state or on vacation can tune in through Zoom, and as long as they have their name on their Zoom picture, then they can vote on items as we're seeing this evening. So that allows the counselors to be involved, and other groups that use the Zoom or town hall streams that are not confidential meetings. So that's almost every meeting that we have. And so we have that written remote meeting policy that's in our administrative code that we're thinking of maybe changing or doing something with this year. Going on to page 31, the end. It talks about whether a member of the public can provide public comment. Of course they can. We have a public comment section, and we allow comment under the public hearings and the discussion items. And do members of a body who are participating remotely count toward quorum? Absolutely, and that's why we have the remote policy. So those who are ill or at work or away, who are on the council or planning board or other entities that we have, can participate in the meetings fully. And that is the end of the discussion on going over the elected officials law in a short period of time. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, a couple. This certificate we're supposed to fill out,
Yes.
we checking both of those in the middle. By completing the following training, we check the first one and the second one, and then if we do, what's the title of the course and the name of the course provider?
Okay, we can check the first one. We'll just pull this out and look at it. All right, we did a thorough review of all the information made available, so just check the first one.
That one?
Yes. And then if we had taken the official training course from MMA, we would check out the
Okay,
second.
so we only check that first one?
Just the first one.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, very well. And one more comment I want to bring up, since we have Councilor Jester that is attending remotely by video on the last page, excuse me, of the Freedom of Information Act, is a roll call vote required for action taken during remote meetings. Yes, all votes must be taken by roll call in a manner that can be seen and heard if using video technology and heard if using only audio technology. So the votes we have this evening I'll do by roll call. Did you hear that, Craig, okay?
I get it, yes. Thank you.
Okay, very well. All right. Any questions, Council, on that? Yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. When you say that, does that apply just to the FOA Freedom of Information training?
No,
Or is this
for the whole meeting.
Any votes, any business?
If we have a voting member that attends by video or audio, we have to do the roll call to make sure that everyone's voice is heard and votes heard.
Okay, so if somebody's not present either by sickness, illness, or whatever, away on vacation, you can still call in?
If they choose to call in using this technology, yes.
Okay, and
And if they do, then we're obliged by
to do
to do the vote by roll call, yes.
Okay, because in the past, you had to be present in order to vote,
Yes.
so that's changed.
Yes, it did
Right.
change.
Okay,
Yeah, with COVID, a new laws went into effect on that part of the
Okay.
freedom of access,
All
such
right.
as that part on remote meetings.
When Craig votes, he just has to have his camera on. You have to see his face.
No, we can do audio.
You can participate in the meeting by audio, but
Yeah,
if
right.
you actually
When you
want
vote, you
votes
have to see
count,
their face.
the video has to be on.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's, all right, I have no problem with that.
You can participate, but to vote, you have to have the video on during the vote.
Hope you're presentable, at least, Craig. Yeah, Terry.
So was the deputy mayor vote, was that not legit?
No, you have enough votes so that it's fine.
Okay.
Anything else, council? We all set with the sheet to sign? All right, very well, Captain, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let's move past public hearings, are on schedule. Let's go to number 5, A for council committee reports. I don't believe we've had any meetings on those, so nothing to report, so I shall go past that. Is there anything from the planning board or anything else for B?
No,
discuss this evening?
the planning board will meet in January to go over the freedom of access training and to talk about the year and the projects they want to work on.
Okay, very good. So let's move past 4, 5, go see, do you have a town manager report, Catherine?
Yes, there's no official town manager's report because we've been working on the end of the year financial process since the last council meeting took place. But I will note, at this time, the fiscal year was closed out for 12/31/2022. All the postings, the verification of the process went well. Everything took place. We had confirmation that we had a backup, closing out all the control accounts, and then turned the fiscal year over to 2023. And so when we went in to utilize the computer program, we have no access to the budgetary module. So at this time, no access to any of the finances in the budget. The whole drop-down menu disappeared, the whole computer went gobbledygook. And so we have Trio and Logically that we're trying to get together. It didn't happen today, but they both have to work on this together with the town with a 3-way call to get this resolved. We do have the backup, and as I made closing entries, which went exceptionally well, I thought, but I jinxed it by thinking it was going well. I have copies of everything that we did, so I know I get criticized for having paper, but it's good to have it because if we have to re-enter anything, we've got it right in front of us, so that'll be good. So that's going to be the big project for tomorrow. So right now I can't get into the budget. We are able to do motor vehicles and basic cash receiving, so we can serve the customers at the counter. But beyond that, we're not able to get into the finances at this point. So I wanted to let you know that. That's going to be the big project for tomorrow. We did get all the water and sewer bills out. Vast majority of the bills were all issued. And so we have 2 or 3 more warrants to do, but we would have those probably anyway because those bills are starting to come in again. So I will be contacting you once we get the system up and going for budgetary, which I expect will be tomorrow because we have the backup. And I have access to all the former years, which are on a different type of platform. So we have everything up to August of 2021 in modules we can get into. We just don't have access to that web version of the budgetary. Hopefully that'll be the only one. So I'll be calling you once we get the system up and going. We'll process through the rest of the bills that come in. And I'm available at night or the weekends for signing for anyone that needs to do that. Most people come in during the day, but if you need to come in after work, that's fine. So I wanted to let you know that because that was important because we're taking care of $20 million worth of money here. So before we shut down, everything was good. We do have issues with the tax program which Trio has an open ticket on for some time. There's 36 accounts where when we went to make the payments, it wants to go back and pay non-existent interest like 20 years ago or 18 years ago. It's some sort of fluke that they need to do a fix for because going through 36 accounts or more is just too much to do here. But we have them all logged in so that we have a record for the auditor. Thank you.
That's it. All right, Catherine, thank you very much. Number 6, there is no old business, so let's move on to number 7, new business. Catherine, if you would please order 2303.
Order 2303, order that the mayor appoint from among the councilors a finance committee, an ordinance committee, and a fair hearing authority consisting of 3 members each, and a police labor negotiation committee consisting of 2 councilors and the town manager.
For motion, the council set to discussion.
Set order 2303 to discussion.
Second.
Move to second, thank you very much. So let's start out with the Finance Committee. I know there's been interest by Council Hall, Council Saucier, and Councilor Jester. Craig, would you verify that, if you're interested in the Finance Committee?
Yes, I can verify that.
Okay, very good, thank you. So, thank you for exposing us to your cocoon. So, gentlemen, are you interested in being on the Finance Committee? So let's have those 3 council members on the Finance, please, Catherine, it'll be Council
Mr.
Hall.
Mayor, I'd also like to serve on the Finance Committee.
I'm sorry?
I would also like to say that I'd be interested in serving on the Finance Committee.
We have 3 members already.
I see.
Okay. So it'll be Council Hall, Councilor Saucier, and Councilor Jester.
Those don't get voted? Just because you,
We can vote on it.
just because you grab 3.
Well, we can vote on it, however, the mayor does appoint.
Okay.
We can vote on it.
Well, I think.
I have no problem with that, Brent, if that's the way you want to do it.
Well, I'm just saying, it looks like you grabbed the first 3 that came to the door.
Well, those are the 3 that expressed interest in doing it. Would anyone else? Okay. Do you want to vote on it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's vote on it. So I have 3 gentlemen that are interested in doing it. That'd be Council Hall, Councilor Jester, and Council Saucier. Council, let's do a roll call. All those in favor. So Craig, I'll start with you. Are you in favor of those 3?
Can I do
Yes,
that?
I am.
I'm sorry?
You wouldn't vote
Yes,
on.
I am.
Okay.
Okay. I think you'd have to name each one, see how many votes each one gets,
Okay.
right?
Can't
I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh?
Because you can't vote for yourself.
No.
Right.
But,
So you go individual and that person
yeah,
abstains
we'll get the most votes.
Okay, all right.
If you want to.
Right, fine. No, we'll do it this way. I'll look for nominations, who's interested in the Finance Committee, which kind of blows my mind. Usually we're pulling teeth to get
Yeah,
people on the
no.
Finance Committee. So this is not a bad problem to have, though, so,
No,
honestly.
no.
So, Craig, you're interested in the Finance Committee?
Yes.
Councilor Hall, you're interested? Councilor Saucier?
Yes.
Councilor Donahue, you're interested? Councilor Frost?
No.
Wow.
I'm putting you on it after all that.
I'm just looking to make it fair.
Yeah, I understand. Councilor Margolski?
No.
Okay, so let's vote on Councilor Jester first by roll call. I vote yay. Councilor Hall?
Yeah.
Councilor Saucier?
Yay.
Heather?
Yay.
Yeah.
Doug? Brent?
Okay?
Craig, would you like to vote for yourself or would you abstain?
I'll abstain.
Okay, very good, thank you. All right, so that is 6 votes for Councilor Jester. Councilor Hall, I will vote yay. Councilor Jester?
Yay.
Councilor Hall, will you vote?
I'll abstain.
Abstain. Councilor Saucier?
Yay.
Councilor Donahue?
Nay.
Nay. Councilor Margolski?
Yay.
Yay. Councilor Frost?
Yay.
Could that be 5 for Councilor Hall? And 1 abstain, 1 nay. Councilor Saucier? I will vote yay. Councilor Jester? Council Hall?
Aye.
Council Saucer, you abstain?
Yep.
Council Donahue?
Nay.
Nay. Council Markowski?
Yay.
Yay.
Okay.
Council Hall, yay. So that'd be 5-1. And Council Donahue, I'll vote nay. Council Hall?
Nay.
Council Saucier?
Nay.
Council Donahue, will you abstain?
I will abstain as the other candidates have as well.
Councilor Markowski?
Yay.
Councilor Frost?
Yay.
Yay. And Council Jester?
Nay.
Okay, that'd be 4-2. All right, so no other nominations, so we have the three councils, that'd be Council Jester, Council Hall, and Council Saucier. That would take care of the Finance Committee. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's move to the Ordinance Committee. We had Deputy Mayor Lodgedice, Council Frost, and Council Saucier from last year. Anyone be interested in volunteering for the Ordinance Committee? Council Frost, would you be interested in it again?
I'll do it again.
Perfect. I was going to get you eventually. Councilor Markowski, would you be interested?
Sure.
Okay. Councilor Donahue?
Nope.
Okay. Council Saucier?
Nope.
Council Hall?
No.
Okay, and I will be interested in it myself, so there's, Council Jester, would you be interested in Ordinance Committee?
No, thank you.
Very well. So there's three councils, that'd be Council Frost, Councilor Markowski, and myself. I don't believe there's a vote necessary because there's a three that require for the Ordinance Committee, so we have the Ordinance Committee filled in. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Let's move on to the Fair Hearing Authority. 3 members each. So that last year was Councilor Hall, was Deputy Mayor Lodgedice, and Councilor Jester. So I'll start with Councilor Jester. Would you be interested in serving on the Fair Hearing Authority Committee?
Yes.
Okay. Councilor Hall?
They haven't met in 20 years, right?
No, but we're getting a lot of applications now, and some of them aren't getting approved.
Oh, then no.
We're going to do this different. Oh, you're not going to be able to.
Yeah. You're going to appoint it.
Yeah, they haven't got to put this. You do have in the ask here.
You do have the trump.
Yeah. Council Saucier, are you interested? Council Donahue?
Might as well.
Very well. Council Markowski?
Sure.
Very well. Council Frost?
No.
No. And we have the three, so I shall abstain from that. So we have Council Jester, Council Donahue, and Council Markowski for the Fair Hearing Authority Committee. Since there's a three and no other nominations, I don't believe a vote is necessary, so we have the Fair Hearing Authority Committee set. The last one is the Police Labor Negotiating Committee. Last year was myself and former Deputy Mayor Lodgedice, and of course Catherine Ruth, Town Manager. Any council be interested in doing that?
I would.
You would?
Yep.
Very well.
I would as well.
Okay. Councilor Frost?
No.
Councilor Jester?
No.
Very well. Very dramatic pause there. Councilor Saucier?
No.
No. Councilor Hall?
No.
Very well, and I shall abstain. So Councilor Markowski and Councilor Donahue with no other interested parties. So we have the Police Labor Negotiating Committee set up, and I believe that takes care of Order 2303. So let's move on to, yes,
I have a quick question.
yes.
Some of these committees, are there some circumstances, are there some committees, because I've been doing a little homework in other places, where people from the public can serve on these committees as well as councils? And as
None of these listed. Of course, there's a planning board, there's other things that the public can't take part in, and the public can't attend. But as for the makeup of these, I believe per the charter, it dictates that it's got to be
is it the
council.
restriction of the charter, or is it just?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The council.
All set?
for now.
Okay, very well, thank you. So let's move on to resolution 23-01, please, Catherine.
Resolution 23-01, resolved that the town council appoint Catherine Ruth as official representative, Councilor Blank as official representative, and Councilor Blank as alternate to the General Assembly for the Kennebec Valley Council of Governments, KV-COG.
I'll look for a motion for discussion from the council, please.
Move to move resolution 23-01.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Okay, council, we have, I believe I was set up as the representative last year.
You were.
I was, yeah. I figured as mayor, I would be willing to serve as that again, unless anyone else would be interested in that, or the alternate. Anyone interested in the official representative? Oh, Catherine, the official representative for the council. I would throw my name in the hat. Anyone else interested in that?
Catherine, are they having all of the meetings by Zoom now?
Most of the meetings have been by Zoom, but they're trying to go back to regular meetings. They try to have hybrid meetings, but they don't work well. So I expect more meetings in person.
And do you know what's the day and time? Are they like first Wednesdays or?
There's been so many staff changes there and so many executive directors that it'll be up to the new executive director as to the schedule, but they're now on Tuesdays. But they have been on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
And they're usually during the day?
Yes.
I can be alternate.
Okay, very well. So, council, we have myself as the official representative of the council and Councilor Donahue as the alternate. Any other suggestions, motions, questions, comments? Very well. Hearing none, in sense ready to vote. By roll call, we will vote on Councilor Mayor Michael Chinquez as official representative and Councilor Donahue as alternate to the General Assembly of the KV-COG. And we shall do the roll, starting with you, Councilor Jester.
Aye.
Councilor Hall.
Aye.
Councilor Saucier.
Aye.
Councilor Donahue.
Aye.
Councilor Margolski.
Aye.
Councilor Frost. Aye. And I vote aye also. So resolution 23, as noted, has passed. Thank you, council. So, Catherine, let's move on to resolution 23-02, please.
Resolution 23-02, resolved that the town council appoint Blank as the alternate representative to the General Assembly for the Kennebec Regional Development Authority, KRDA, also known as First Park.
Look for a motion from council, please.
Move we adopt resolution 23-02.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any suggestions or volunteers or willing participants from the council?
Meetings are generally the second or third or fourth, they skipped around now, on Thursdays at 5 o'clock.
And that's only if you can attend?
That's only if I can attend.
Does that make it easier?
Yeah, Mike, you did it last year. You did a heck of a job.
I'd be willing to do it if there's someone on the council that, yeah, I did, didn't I?
That's what I said.
You got it. If there's no one else in the council willing? You're very quick saying that, Brian. I appreciate it. All right. So the motion is to appoint myself, Michael Chinquez, as the alternate representative to the General Assembly for First Park. Any questions or comments? Very well. Hearing none, the sense ready to vote. All those in favor? Sorry, we shall do the roll call. My apologies. Resolution 23-02 with myself as the alternate representative. Councilor Jester.
Aye.
Councilor Hall.
Aye.
Councilor Saucier.
Aye.
Councilor Donahue.
Aye.
Councilor Margolski.
Aye.
Councilor Frost. Aye. And I vote aye. Very well, thank you. Gets better and better. Resolution 23-02 passes. Catherine, let's move on to resolution 23-03, please.
Resolution 23-03, resolved that the town council appoint Blank as an alternate to the Main Services Center Coalition in addition to the town manager.
I'll look for a motion from the council, please.
Move we adopt resolution 2303.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any volunteers? Anyone wish to add their name to this? Right?
I'm all set.
You sure? Yeah. Think of the resume boost that'll be.
I'm all set.
Jason, what are you going to do all year? Yeah, one more year. Come on.
There it is.
I'm sure.
If you feel better, the committee doesn't meet that often.
There you go. Perfect for you.
And it's just an alternate in case you can't make it?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
Awesome. Jason, you're the best. Anyone else interested? I kind of knew that answer anyway. All right, very well. We'll do the roll call for Resolution 23-03 with Councilor Hall as the alternate to the Main Services Center Coalition. I'll start with Councilor Jester. How vote you?
Aye.
Councilor Hall?
Nay.
We should have it on record.
Guess that'd be enough.
Councilor Saucier?
Aye.
Councilor Donahue?
Aye.
Councilor Margolski?
Double aye.
There, he'll raise you one. Councilor Frost? Aye. And I vote aye also. Thank you, gentlemen. Jason, it's a fine and noble thing that you do, my friend. Truly. People will talk about you for hours at least. All right, Catherine, let's move on to Resolution 23-04, please.
Resolution 23-04, resolve that the town council sign the expense warrants upon recommendation of the finance committee for the year 2023.
Look for a motion to council, please.
We adopt resolution 2304.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you very much. Any questions, comments, Catherine? Any details you want to provide to that?
No, we're very fortunate with the setup that we have in the town charter and the administrative code that as long as a majority of the finance committee sign the warrant, then the other councilors would sign. We need 4 signatures in total, 2 of which must be finance committee. So that's very fortunate. You can do it in between the meetings or after meetings, but the setup that we have.
Okay. So this is a resolution that we would pursue. We would take that action when finance committee recommendations come across. Is that correct?
So by this motion, it's giving you the authority during the entire year. So once the finance committee members, a majority of the 3, so 2, sign the warrant, and we have 2 other signatures, then the warrants are legal to execute the checks.
Very well. Any questions or comments from the council? Audience? My apologies, I haven't been doing the due diligence. All right, very well. We shall do the roll call. So, Councilor Jester, how do you vote for 23-04?
Aye.
Aye. Councilor Hall?
Aye.
Councilor Saucier?
Aye.
Councilor Donahue?
Aye.
Councilor Margolski?
Aye.
Councilor Frost?
Aye.
And I vote aye also. Resolution 23-04 passes. Thank you all very much. Catherine, let's move on to Resolution 23-05, please.
Resolution 23-05, resolve that the town council sign the certificate of commitment for sewer user rates and water user rates during the year 2023.
Look for a motion to council, please.
Move to adopt resolution 2305.
Second.
Moving and seconded. Any details you want to provide on that, Catherine?
Yes, so this gives the authority for the town councilors to sign the certificates of commitment for whenever the sewer and water bills are issued during the year. It is not to change the rates. It's simply to approve the listings so that if there is a requirement later on to put liens on, we have official documentation.
All right, thank you. Any questions or comments, council? Audience, any questions or comments on this? Very well. We shall go to roll call. We'll start with Councilor Jester. How do you vote on Resolution 23-05?
Aye.
Councilor Hall?
Aye.
Councilor Saucier?
Aye.
Councilor Donahue?
Aye.
Councilor Margolski?
Aye.
Councilor Frost?
Aye.
And I shall vote aye also. Thank you all very much. Resolution 23-05 passes. Catherine, let's move on to Resolution 23-06, please.
Resolution 23-06, resolve that the town council authorize the town manager to hire independent reviews and execute all paperwork for airport grants for the year 2023 as necessary in accordance with the town's bid policy, the Federal Aviation Administration FAA regulations, and the Maine Department of Transportation Maine DOT regulations.
Look for a motion of the council, please.
Move we adopt resolution 2306.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you, gentlemen. Catherine, do you want to add some details on this? Anything you'd like to?
Yes, there can be grant opportunities that will come up in which we need to have engineering or construction estimates. And so when that takes place, the federal government requires an independent review take place to ensure that the engineering estimates that we receive are appropriate and in accordance with the regulations. And as you know, the rates for the engineers and all the services are very high, so it's always good to have the number of hours and the rates checked over by an independent party. Now, to date, for the last few years, the Maine DOT has an engineer who's been able to provide this service, but before that, and if he retires or the position is cut, we would have to hire an independent reviewer. The last time that we did this, we had to hire somebody from Massachusetts because that was the closest the certified independent reviewer was, as close to the town as possible. So luckily right now we have the Maine DOT, but in the future if opportunity came up, you have to act very quickly. And so this would allow the town manager to hire the independent reviewer, which would meet all the FAA requirements, and get all the paperwork to file the grant.
So this is more of an insurance card.
Yes, yes.
As long as
it
the
protects-
DOT has capabilities doing that.
Right, it
This
protects the
for us.
town.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the audience? Council? Questions or comments?
My only concern is that we reconsider what we're doing going forward, considering the tax review that was on us last year.
No.
Oh, he's talking about the engineers, yes, I
Yeah.
understand. That's another process that we go through in which we get an RFP for the engineering consultants, and definitely that would be a good thing to do.
Is this done the same process?
It's a different process.
Okay.
Okay, that's what I was, okay, thank you.
All right. Anything else, council? Very well, here and now we shall go to a roll call. We'll start with you, Councilor Jester.
Aye.
Councilor Hall.
Aye.
Councilor Saucier.
Aye.
Councilor Donahue.
Aye.
Councilor Margolski.
Aye.
Councilor Frost.
Aye.
And I shall vote aye. Thank you all very much. Resolution 23-06 passes. Catherine, let's move on to Resolution 23-07, please.
Resolution 23-07, resolved that the town council sign the Earth Day proclamation supporting community-wide activities, Earth Day being Saturday, April 22nd, 2023.
Look for a motion from the council, please.
Move to adopt resolution 2307.
Second.
Moving and seconded. Thank you, gentlemen. Fairly straightforward. It's a yearly thing that we do. Any questions or comments, audience? Council, any questions or comments on this? Are there any details you need to add to this, Catherine, or is this straightforward?
No, it's a regular
Okay.
process.
Okay, yep. Want to make sure we get everything covered. Nothing, Council? Very well. Let's go to a roll call. We'll start with Council Jester. How do you vote? Resolution 23-07.
Aye.
Council Hall.
Aye.
Council Saucier.
Aye.
Council Donahue.
Aye.
Council Margolski.
Aye.
Council Frost.
Aye.
And I shall vote aye. Resolution 23-07 passes. Thank you very much, Catherine. Let's wrap up the meeting with Resolution 23-08, please.
Resolution 23-08, resolved that the town council sign the Arbor Day proclamation supporting community-wide activities. National Arbor Day is the last Friday in April, Friday, April 28, 2023, and Maine's Arbor Day week is the third full week in May, being Sunday, May 21st through Saturday, May 27, 2023.
Look for a motion from council, please.
Move we adopt resolution 2308.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Thank you, gentlemen. Any discussion? Questions or comments, audience? Do we have any, there's no activities planned as of yet?
Now, as of yet, the
Okay.
recycling committees are going to be getting together, the new recycling committee, this month and plan out activities.
Okay, great. Any questions or comments from the council?
Who's on the recycling committee?
Yes, we have, the recycling committee folded because unfortunately over half of the members passed away during COVID period.
Is it for being on the recycling committee?
Yeah, and Tim Nichols got done. So now we have the farriers, Chris and Paul, who want to be on the recycling committee, as well as Tim Nichols again. And anyone else who wants to join, that would be great.
Probably shouldn't have started that with saying that the,
It was a sad day.
We probably
All the
had more
members were
people.
wonderful. It was such a great committee.
Doc, you interested?
No, not really. Nice try.
I just want to make sure everyone's happy, okay?
Yeah?
All right, any questions, comments, council? Very well, let's go to roll call. I'll start with Councilor Jester. How do you vote? Resolution 23-08.
Aye.
Councilor Hall?
Aye.
Councilor Saucier?
Aye.
Councilor Donahue?
Aye.
Councilor Margolski?
Aye.
Councilor Frost?
Aye.
I so vote aye. Very well. Resolution 23-08 passes. Number 8, discussion items are none, so let's go to reports. I shall start with the audience. Anyone in the audience have anything they wish to bring up, speak? Mr. Lux?
I'll be back.
Okay, Arnold. Anything you'd like to bring up? Sir? No? Very well. Pete? You're not going to say how much you missed already? Are you glad you have your old chair back? Right next to Donnie Hall back. All right, very well. I shall close the audience comments. Let's go to the council. I shall start with Councilor Donahue, please.
Glad to be back on the council. Looking forward to being an active participant, and glad to be on the warm side of the room. My son knit me a nice blanket. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to bring that with me to council meetings, but I got the warm chair this year, so glad about that. So, no,
All set?
yeah.
All right, thank you, Heather. Let's go to Eric.
I'm excited to work with the new counselors and try to get some positive traction this year. I want to thank Donnie and all the public works crew. After that big rain, they were already out patching the sides of the roads where the water had, deteriorated the gravel. And I appreciate the effort to try to save the asset, what's left to save. So I just wanted to give a shout out to him and his crew for getting right on top of that. And being responsive during the storm. And I'm sure I know there's water all over the place and cones and culverts that had deteriorated out, and he took care of all that stuff with the crew. The whole team did, right? Not just him, but just want to thank him for that. That's it.
All right, Eric, thank you. Yeah, we had a big washout in Sibley Pond way down near the end, and they were there hours later.
Yeah.
They were out. So yeah, I will reiterate that.
They took care of some state road issues too.
Good crew. Jason?
Well, just looking forward to another year and positive movement, and that's about it.
Positive karma. Deputy Mayor Doc, let's go to you, sir.
I've got a couple of questions. I noticed that actually I was asked by one of the citizens of the town regarding PFAS testing on the water supply, which was required by the state as of the end of December. Has that been done, Catherine?
I believe it has been done, and I can check on the recordings. We get a pile of all of the testings. I can check and make sure that one's in there.
Okay, because if it's below a certain level, I'd like to know what it is anyway.
Okay.
But if it's above a certain level, all the town users have to be notified, according to DHHS. The other question was, who's our health officer? Donnie is still listed for the state, by the state.
Yes, he has been covering that until it's filled, and Bernard has been helping him, but we have no official appointee at this point. So if we could get one, it's because it's sort of a volunteer position, that would be good, but he doesn't mind covering it until then.
So Donnie is still,
He's been helping out when we've had health officer calls. He's been going to them, along with the code enforcement officer.
along with the code enforcement officer. Okay. On the website, are the open positions kept up to date with respect to, what are we still looking for?
Yes, they're all listed on the website.
Okay. All right. I'm kind of happy to see the Main Street project moving along finally. Actually, I'm glad to be back on the council again. Hope that, Mr. Mayor, you can appoint somebody to keep me awake, because usually by this time I'm in my PJs, so, if you could, I'd appreciate it. So.
I have a slingshot on.
Okay, thanks a lot. That's it.
Very well. Even if you're not sleeping, I might give her a shot.
Okay.
Brett, let's go to you next, please.
Not that it's going to change anything, but I did get a few citizens giving me an earful about our budget for the library, where they all seem to think that the money spent in the library would be spent better elsewhere, budget-wise. That's water over the dam, just sharing what some citizens are voicing. The other thing I have is the airport, the hangar job down there. They got working right through the winter on that. Are they stopping now and picking back up? Or?
It should be stopping now.
Okay, all right. And
It's been an open winter, so
Yeah.
there's been a lot more activity in the town than usual.
yeah, and they're building that to the federal specs, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Boy,
The one change is that we can go to the MDOT specs for some of the paving.
okay. And last thing I had was I've heard that there may be a cell tower going in out of Industrial Park.
Yes, there was a cell tower approved some months ago by the planning board, which will be going into the lot beside Nitro, the wooded one way down that has a hill going up and it's very wet. So that was a good use for the planning board saw that as a good use for that lot.
What's the height of those down? What's the height that we're going to be?
I would have to check. It wasn't one of the tallest ones, but it met the requirements.
FAA probably weigh in on that.
Yeah, they have to have that approval too. Or the one that you are not an obstacle and you get back the recommendation.
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Brent. Craig, let's go to you.
Yeah, all I have is welcome to the new councilors, and we're looking forward to continuing the momentum that was built last year. So, thank you all, and that's it.
All right, Craig, I appreciate you attending. I know you're not feeling very well, but that's greatly appreciated we're able to do that. There's been times a while back on several iterations before I was overseas, I couldn't attend, and I wish we had this going here forward, so thank you very much for attending. So I will close out. Thank you very much, Council. I appreciate the willingness to allow me to serve and work with you and for you again. So thank you very much. I'll look for your support as before and as always. Doc, good to have you back. Thank you for taking the Deputy Mayor position. Greatly appreciated. Heather, good to have you back too. I appreciate your experience you bring back here, and I'm looking forward to a very good, productive year. So a couple that I just want to bring up, and not because we have representation here, but a couple outstanding items that from last year I'd like to kind of consider. One is to revisit the theater, just something I want to look at this year. As I said, it was going to be mentioned even if you hadn't been represented here. So The other thing is, I want to look at the charter review that we talked about over the last year. So a couple things that we'd like to do. And what we ended last year with was to provide the town manager with assistance. The budgeting software, some kind of spreadsheet, make it a little easier. So I think we need to start looking at that so we don't get around September or October and expect that information to be put in that format. So just a couple things I want to bring up, a couple things I want to kind of discuss going this year. Once again, thank you very much for putting me in this seat, and I will do my best not to let you down and do the best I can to do what's best for this town. So with that, I shall look for a motion to adjourn.
So we adjourn.
Moved and seconded. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Make sure you get your sheet signed and turned into Catherine, please. I gave you my first. Thank you, Catherine.
How we have possible sign off things over here.
Okay, here's the thing.
Don't leave.
Have you financial
There we go.
people that signed it? And 2 others yet?
No, there's only 3, so
Oh, okay.
I don't know if to look.
So do we have the warrants all signed?
I
Not yet. I haven't touched it yet.
Oh, the findings? Yeah.
You signed it, you two signed it, right?
Yeah, it was a weird.
There's two of you.
Yeah. There's 2 findings.